Hello friends, very good morning. Today I will continue with QTL detection method, another method that is multiple QTL mapping. So generally our quantitative rates they are governed by multiple QTLs, but in single detection method it detects single QTL at a time. That's why another method is also designed, that is multiple QTL mapping. Now in this method what happens, it combines the multiple regression analysis along with the simple interval mapping. Okay, so multiple regression analysis is combined with simple interval mapping. That's why it considered other QTLs also affecting the trait. That is its advantage over single QTL detection method. And its QTL detection power is much more than a single QTL detection method. Now, whatever linked QTLs are present here, you can also identify it as separate QTL using this method. Then it provides much more reliable estimate of the QTL effect. And also you can detect the QTL and QTL interaction using this method. Now again, this method is again, it is in two parts, like composite interval mapping and multiple interval mapping. Composite interval mapping is further extended into way, that is inclusive composite interval mapping and joint composite interval mapping. This composite interval mapping, it is an interval mapping along with the multiple regression analysis. Okay, that is interval mapping I told you yesterday, simple interval mapping, like that only interval mapping along with the multiple regression analysis. First of all, at the first step, you will carry out single marker analysis. Single marker analysis, I told you in yesterday's lecture. In this method, first you will carry out single marker analysis. Now, you will build up the model as multiple QTL model. For that, you will carry out a stepwise or forward regression method to build it as multiple QTL method. So now, what you will do? First of all, the marker with the highest LOD score is selected. Okay. First you will select the marker with highest LOD score, and now then you will select a second highest LOD score marker. Now you will re-evaluate these two markers for the significance. Okay. Then after re-evaluating, when you get that both markers are significant, then the marker with next highest LOD score value you will select, and then you will add to this carrying out model. Then now again you will evaluate these three markers for significance. Now all the significant, like this, all the significant markers, you will brought it together, and then using this model you will scan entire genome and detect the QTL and carry out the mapping. Okay, so it's a very simple procedure. It's based on start with single marker analysis and then multiple regression analysis and then interval mapping. Okay. Now this method you can implement in a freely available software, QTL Cartographer. That's why it is a simple method you can easily apply. So advantage is that you can control it using this method. You can control the effects of QTL which are present in the same chromosome, other marker interval. Like mapping interval, you have more than one mapping interval in same chromosome and with different QTLs in that interval. So this method controls the effects of QTL which are present in another mapping intervals also. Then it also provides more precise QTL detector, that is more powerful QTL detection method in compared to single QTL detection method. And relatively to other method, it's little bit simple also, relatively to other multiple QTL mapping method. This method provides the best interval mapping based on linear regression model and maximum likelihood principle, because it carry out in one dimension. That's why it's linear regression model. So it is the best interval mapping method. Now the major disadvantage associated with this method is that there is confusion in selecting the cofactors or background markers. Because of that, it leads to contradictory results. And it unable to detect the interacting QTLs. That is epistatic effect. That is its major disadvantage. To overcome this advantage, it further extended as inclusive composite interval method and joint composite interval method. Now to go in detail of this method, I don't think if you need, only then you will go. Otherwise, basically it's to overcome its disadvantage, this method is designed. And this joint composite interval method, the analysis of data, it provide a advantage that you can analyze the data from multiple cross population which are obtained from common parent, like nested association mapping population. So you can, this joint sim can be applied to analyze that data also. Now we come to another method, multiple interval mapping. This is very simple. This is also very simple approach. It is nothing. It is interval mapping is you are carrying out in multiple interval and that is simultaneously. मतलब you are simultaneously carrying out the QTL mapping in multiple mapping interval, marker interval. In multiple marker interval, you are carrying out the simultaneous QTL mapping. It is also very simple approach. Now, advantage over composite interval mapping is that it avoids the problem of selecting the background or cofactors, background markers or cofactors. Because why? Because it provides you a several selection procedure. Okay, so here what you do, you go forward search method in several ways. So there is no problem in selecting the background markers or cofactors. And also the backward and forward the selection method you will carry out, and then you will select a best genetic model based on that selection method. The only thing is that carrying out this is little bit computational intensity in compared to SIM. Otherwise, it's also very simple approach. And this approach is also you can carry out in QTL cartographer software. Now, advantage of multiple interval mapping is that you can map multiple QTL simultaneously. Then it takes into account epistatic interaction, which SIM does not take into account. And the major limitation of this method is that it is more computational intensive. Then saturation problem occurs when you have large number of QTLs present in the genome. And then the problem is the selection of this genetic model. Selecting the appropriate model is again a challenging task. Only this. So both MIM and SIM are simple approach. Only thing is that you have to understand the basic thing. And this ICIM is also very simple approach. There is no problem in using this method. And again, using both, I told you that this multiple QTL mapping, it has advantage over single QTL detection method. Now, the other important thing associated with QTL mapping is its calculating the Lord score and its threshold and LRS value. Then fine mapping, which is also one of QTL mapping. And then some of the other features which I will tell you in detail in next lecture. So I hope you understand this two things, and I hope you understand previous things also. And this QTL mapping is you are clearing more and more doubt of this topic. And now after completing this QTL mapping, I will go ahead with more depth topic of this marker assisted selection. Thank you.